This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is up? Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. We appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Well, that was a wild ride. The Dodgers hold on 8-6. I got to be honest, a little surprised that it didn't turn into a brawl. A base brawl, where there's not much of anything happening except a lot of pushing. A bunch of dudes got plunked. Dave Roberts got run. And in the end, the Dodgers win it. Their fourth in a row.
This is what you'll be talking about.
We'll be talking about 4 in a row. First time the Dodgers have won 4 in a row in quite a while, over a month, I believe. And Andy Pajes, 4 for 4 night and 2 jacks.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Andy Pajes locked on and locked in. 2 home runs, single and an RBI. Single late in the game, 4 for 4. He finished with 3 RBI on the night and 2 home runs. He's now batting .293. The guy doesn't see a pitch that he doesn't like. And I feel like he's kind of always been that way, but he's finally figured out a way to make good, solid contact and hit the ball out of the yard. That first one he hit out of the yard was absolutely torched. That was his 14th of the year. And what did they say? 110 miles an hour off a cutter. So he is definitely going well right now. Kenny Chung, Pajes, definitely the difference maker tonight. He always seems to produce, right? He's like clockwork, man. The guy is locked in, taking care of business, doing his job. Freddie Freeman, who, by the way, has, obviously been struggling through the month of June. His batting average coming into this game at 196. And Joe commented that he looks more frustrated than he's ever seen him. I see the frustration as well. I don't know that I would go that far to say that it's the most I've ever seen. It's hard to tell with Freddie. I mean, you can obviously tell there's a bit of frustration, but he's a guy that doesn't show too much emotion when things are going well. In the second, Will Smith, a leadoff double. He's batting .431 with runners in scoring position. That obviously wouldn't come into play there because he led off the inning. He's also number 1 in the National League in on-base percentage. Muncy with an RBI, 14 in the last 16 games for Max Muncy, knocking runs in. And then Pajes hit the home run there. It was a solo shot to make it 2-1 at that point. Muncy tied the game with a sac fly, and then the home run from Pajes made it 2-1, 386 feet. But the Dodgers on a bullpen day, things got a little shaky. The Padres tied it again. Arise had 3 hits on the day, 2 of which were down the left field line and scored runs for, 1 RBI for him, but 3 for 5 on the night for Arise. So the Padres just kind of kept coming after that big, the 6th inning. The Dodgers posted 5. Padres came right back in the 7th and put up 3. So they weren't going away quietly, but in the end, the Dodger bullpen got it done. I mean, it was shaky, and I think probably the shakiest guy, Michael Kopech. I mean, how many times have we seen him do that since he's returned, where he'll get a couple of strikes on a hitter and then just completely fall apart? Yeah, I mean, Kenny says not looking good is Kopech. Yeah, his control is just all over the place. He is absolutely wild. On the other hand, Nick Leva says Tanner Scott earning his coin. Yeah, he's been good. What is that? 8 outings in a row now for him. He pitched 3 nights in a row. He's coming in to shut the door, although last night he didn't close. He pitched in the 8th, so he set up Kirby Yates to get the save last night. But tonight we had Dreyer for 2. He gave up 1 earned on 2 hits, struck out 2, 34 pitches. He's looked good consistently of late. ERA at 2.87. Trevino was a bit bumpy, kind of all over the place. He gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, only struck out 1, 33 pitches, but he survived 2 innings. Matt Sauer, again, was a little rocky. Let's not forget the last time he faced the Padres, he gave up 9 runs. Tonight, 2 1/3, 3 earned on 3 hits, struck out 3, 54 pitches for him. And in spite of that rocky outing, he got the win. Then Kopech came in for 2/3 of an inning, 16 pitches, 1 walk, but got out of it. So we can't be too terribly upset at him. Throwing balls a good, what was that pitch? 3 or 4 feet above Will Smith's head, straight to the backstop, hits a pole and careens down in front of the Padres dugout. I mean, that was uncorking one. He was just all over the place. So, you know, it reminded me of a little Bull Durham there. I don't know where it's going. I don't know if I'd dig in there if I were you. So I hope I feel confident that he will find his way and become a little bit more reliable, because yeah, that's scary to the opposition, but I don't know that it's a good characteristic to have for a reliever. Bonda in again. I believe he pitched last night as well. He threw a bunch last night and again tonight, 21 pitches, gave up 2 hits with 1 walk and 2 Ks, the rest zeros. And Tanner Scott, a quick inning, 1K, 13 pitches to get out of it and get the save. His 14th save, 3.63 the ERA. The second home run for Andy Pages was in the 4th inning. It's his first multi-home run game, 15th of the year, 385 feet off of a sinker that was a little too good, right? And he took advantage of it. But Will Smith also went deep. So a lot of guys had productive nights tonight.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Things turned in the Dodgers' favor in that 6th inning when Freddie led off with a hit. Nice piece of hitting there. Hit it down the left field line. They had shifted over as much as they could, and he poked it down the 3rd baseline. And that's, you know, we've said this over and over again, but that's when Freddie is at his best, when he's going up the middle and the opposite way. Obviously, he had another hit to the right side, and he's been doing that a fair amount as well. But what gets Freddie good, what gets him in the right frame of mind and gets him consistently productive, is hitting the ball back up the box or to the left side of the infield. So he led off the game there with a base hit to left field in the 6th. Then Will Smith hit the 2-run home run. And that really, more specifically, the 6th inning and Freddie leading off that inning with a hit, the turning point. But that at bat from Will Smith was a huge clutch at bat. 12 pitches, and it was interesting from a baseball drama perspective. Palm Desert High School's Estrada and Maldonado, the catcher, were clearly disagreeing on what pitch to throw. Estrada has been extremely productive of late with the splitter. I think they said 2 of 24 are the opposition against him against that splitter, and he kept wanting to throw fastballs. And Maldonado called timeout. The very next pitch, he crossed him up and clanked it off of his shin guard down the first baseline. And then the next pitch after that, Will Smith hit it out of the park. That was a 12-pitch at bat for his 7th home run, 388 feet. And Estrada hasn't given up more than two hits in a long time. He gave up 5 tonight. A really rough outing for him. All in all, he got no outs that inning. Holy cow, that's hard to believe. He gave up 5 runs on 5 hits. Woo, that's a rough night for Estrada, who suffers the loss as the Dodgers win at 8-6 for 4 in a row. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Don't forget, check out Jeff and Vince with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast. Monday through Friday, they'll be on a little bit later, breaking this one down and getting in depth as to what is going on in the Dodger universe. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by Supply House. Get supplies you need from the site that's made for skilled trades. Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is a reliable way to order products online. I had to get some air conditioning work done, HVAC work done today, and I was very pleased to know that the repairman had the parts in his truck ready to go. Don't know if he uses Supply House, but I wouldn't be the least bit surprised, because when you use Supply House, you have the parts you need and they're ready to go, because they have a huge inventory of over 200,000 parts from over 400 top brands. You'll find exactly what you need delivered fast, coast to coast. If you need help with an order, Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service. You'll also talk to a real person. And for trade pros who need an extra edge, their free Trade Masters program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals already are taking advantage. Now it is your turn. So join the Trade Masters program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and use the code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That is supplyhouse.com. Tonight's episode also brought to you by Open Phone. If you're running a business, you know that every missed call is money left on the table. Think about the last time you had a service emergency, like I did today. So both of these are commercials that applied to my life today. I had to find an HVAC repairman, and I always like to find a locally owned and operated company with a human being that answers the phone. And I know that this company I called had been recommended by a friend, and I called them. They are locally owned and operated, and a human being answered the phone. And everything went great. I couldn't say one negative thing about the experience at all. Having something like Open Phone to get you directly to the service scheduler is crucial for your business. It's why having a reliable business line is so important, because people, they don't get a human being a lot of times, they'll just move on to the next company. So check out Open Phone. It's the #1 business phone system that helps you streamline and scale customer communication, all from an app on your phone or your computer. Open Phone is offering Locked On Dodgers postcast listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/LockedOnMLB. That's Openphone, OPENPHONE.com/LockedOnMLB. And if you have an existing number with another service, Open Phone will port it over at no extra charge. Open Phone, no missed calls, no missed customers. Dodgers post the win tonight, 8-6 for 4 in a row, beating the Padres, who are kind of floundering right now a little bit. Their starting pitching has been kind of an issue, and they've got, a bunch of dudes that are banged up. Dylan Cease is the only one who isn't, and we beat him yesterday. Vasquez wasn't terrible, but the Dodgers were better. And, when they start rallying, and that's been a method to victory for them of late. Get a big inning going, lead off with a hit and just open it up, put your foot on the gas and pull away. And that's what they did tonight, a 5-run 6th inning. And, Teo had a hit. Will Smith, 3 hits tonight. Shohei, though, rough night for Mr. Ohtani. The pitching 1 inning last night, take it out of him. He was 0 for 4 with 4 Ks, showing absolutely no discipline at all. I feel like Shohei has the capability of being a disciplined hitter waiting for his pitch, but tonight he did not utilize that ability at all. He was just swinging at everything. Bad pitches, good pitches, flailing, pulling out, all of that. That slider down and in is his nemesis. He can't seem to find his way on that thing at all, and he can't, more importantly, lay off of it. So tonight was ugly for Shohei. 0 for 4 Ks. Mookie 0 for 4 as well. Did get on base with a walk. As I said, Freddie a couple of hits, batting average up to 333, and hopefully it creeped over 200 for the month of June. Muncy had a hit with a run scored and an RBI. He's at 242, continuing to be hot. And Conforto 0 for 2. And you Conforto haters can pile on because he hasn't had a hit in quite a while, batting 168, the OPS in the high fives, which is not good. Kike 0 for 2 as well. And Tommy Edman, don't we love him batting in the 9-hole? Man, you could see they kind of joked about it during the game. I think it was Estrada was like, that's your 9-hitter? Maybe it was Yuki Matsui. I don't know. But yeah, I love when Tommy Edman bats 9 because he is a formidable opponent. Bonda in the 8th got out of a jam with the bases loaded. That was nice to see. So a lot of positive things happening for the Dodgers, and something more importantly that I have been wanting and hoping for, a run, a streak of consistent positive performances with good offense. Tonight was a bit of a rocky up and down. Dave Roberts got tossed after Shohei got plunked, and it was that guy Trip Gibson, who is the same guy. If you didn't watch the game, you're just listening to the podcast. Trip Gibson is the same guy that called interference on Max Muncy for standing in front of, I think it was against the Padres as well, standing in front of the, maybe it was in Arizona, I can't remember, but standing in front of the runner at third base as he was tagging up to go home. We all thought that was kind of a ridiculous call. And Trip Gibson seems to have it in for the Dodgers. Shohei gets plunked. Dave Roberts comes out of the dugout to kind of question what's going on here. And before 2 steps out of the dugout, Trip Gibson, who's all the way beyond the pitcher's mound, runs him. Doc's like, what the hell? And then later another HBP, and Manny Machado, I think it was, who was that pitching for the Dodgers? Sauer hit somebody, and Machado, rightfully so, even though I'm not a fan, Machado was like, hey, what about that? You gave us both warnings. Somebody gets plunked and you don't do anything. So it's an interesting point, right? When you warn both teams, both dugouts, what is the repercussion for the next hit guy? I guess it's up to interpretation. At least that's the way it looked tonight. So there was a lot of craziness going on here tonight as far as batters getting hit. None of them really seemed terribly intentional, except for the Shohei Ohtani one. At least that's what Eric Karros believed. That one was intentional, but gave the pitcher credit for hitting him, below the belt in the leg, and it wasn't that big of a deal. So it could have gotten out of hand. These two teams definitely don't like each other. So the fact that it didn't turn into a fisticuffs or a base brawl, I guess is a positive thing. And then even more positive, that the Dodgers used it to some degree as motivation, and they come away with an 8-6 win for win number 45 to improve to 27-12 at home. This series continues tomorrow with game 3 of 4. So they haven't won the series just yet. 7:10 a first pitch tomorrow. And good old Emmett Sheehan, who we haven't seen in over 2 years, coming off Tommy John, will get the start versus Stephen Kolek. Again, first pitch, 7:10, Dodgers, Padres, game 3 of this 4-game set. That's going to do it for me here on the Locked On Dodgers postcast. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Again, 8-6 the final. Dodgers have won 4 in a row and improved to 45-29. Appreciate you guys watching and listening. And most importantly, appreciate you guys with the comments. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast Monday through Friday. Take care. Have a good night. We'll talk tomorrow.